Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Hansen. I'm the VP of HR for Park Industries, and I'm excited to be here with you today to share one simple strategy to increase employee engagement. There are so many ways that we can drive engagement, and together they can make the ultimate impact. But we all know that we can't implement them all at once. We have to start somewhere. The engagement strategy that I have seen over the years to have the greatest impact, both short-term and long-term, is this: invest in the development of your team members. Create a career path or an opportunity for them versus just a job where they feel that there's opportunity for growth. It's not just a job. They do what matters and has an impact for their department, but for the company overall and really for your customers. If you believe in them, support them, and help them grow, they're going to be forever committed to you. So to move forward from there, you need to really start with thinking about what career advancement opportunities could exist for your team. How can you create more opportunities for growth in skills, in career advancement, maybe even just in their current role? Where could you offer them opportunities for development? Sometimes it's very simple strategies that you can deploy. One way to start is, do you have any sort of career ladders or progressions in place? I've walked into so many companies where they have a job. So you have a welder, you have a machinist, but there's no tiers or levels to advance. This is a really simple place to start in creating an opportunity that, based on skills, experience, even the type of if you take welding, the type of welding that they can perform or the type of machines they can perform on for us at Park, is looking at what can they do to really grow. So they know what they can do clearly to grow to the next level. You're able to empower them to advance their career through that progression. Now, if you have career ladders in place, great, because utilize those as a guide to developing your employees and clearly communicate how they get to that next level. Don't make it a secret. Have it very transparent and out in their work area where they know that I am at this level. Here's the steps I need to take and how I'm progressing. So it's clear to them on what that pathway is. If you don't, that's okay. That's the next step that you can take in your journey for employee engagement. So what can you do to really start that process? You want to identify the knowledge, skills, and abilities that you desire to have at each level. So maybe today you're at one level. Maybe it is a welder and that's it. Now separate it out. Look at your team, and surely you have people at different skill levels within your team or your department. What's the most skilled individual have for experience, for practical application, for knowledge? What does the newest hire have? Is a good way to start developing the difference between the roles. I also encourage you to use your most experienced person to help define it, getting them engaged in the process to say, here's the most critical knowledge, skills, and abilities needed at each level. Helps really empower them to not only for their own development, to feel involved and included, but to help in the development of others. Now, I do encourage that we look at having 3 career ladders at a minimum for positions. Now, sometimes you may only have 2 and sometimes you may have 4, but having a clear growth pattern based on the role makes it simpler for the employees to understand. So some things you want to consider when you're really assessing the knowledge, skills, and abilities for each career ladder are things like, how many levels do you want? Is it 1? Is it 3? Is it 5? Based on those numbers that you want will determine on what you want to put into each category and what's important to you for, again, the knowledge, skills, and abilities. What is the minimum level that is needed? So if you're hiring a welder, what's the minimum level of experience you're going to accept? Do they need to have the 9-month training program? Will you hire in at an apprentice level with no skills? Do they need to have a certain type of welding skills? That'll help you determine how you develop the entry point. And then how do you want them to progress? Is it based on years of experience? Is it based on skill? I also recommend to base more on skill than years of experience, because you may have somebody that's a very quick learner and you want to be adapt and grow with those individuals. And how many people do you want at each level? Ideally, organizations are not going to want everybody at the highest level, generally speaking. You want people at different levels throughout the organization. And so first level or your entry level might be 10 to 20% of your team. The bulk will probably be in the middle in your level 2, and then your most experienced, most skilled individuals are going to be at your level 3. So determine what you want that to look like. And then lastly, how do you assess their readiness to move to the next level? You can use tools like a skills matrix to say, I want them to be low skill in TIG welding, but medium skill in MIG welding as an example. So what does that look like to progress, and use that as a guide to communicate to your employees or team members on where they're at for their skills currently and where they need to progress to get to that next level. So from there, you're going to want to determine the individual development needs. So you know what you need from a team perspective, you know what your career ladder looks like and how many. Now you want to work down at the individual or team member level. What are their aspirations? Where do they want to grow to? You may have some that are completely comfortable being at a level 1 or content at a level 2, and that's okay. But you want to meet them where they're at and where their aspirations are. What does your business need? So how many do you need at each level, and how quickly do you need to progress them? And where are the skills and capabilities of your team members? You really want to start making sure that you're offering opportunities to all associates based on where they're at. Don't just offer development opportunities just to a few. Oftentimes I'll hear, well, all the training opportunities are going to the leaders of the organization. That's the wrong step. To increase employee engagement, you want to make sure you're offering development opportunities to everybody based on where their needs are and where the business can come along and align with them in a better way. And by doing so, you're going to invest in a culture of continuous learning and development, which leads to engagement. You're going to see team members that gain more confidence in their abilities. I think you can say for yourself and your growth and development, the more you learn, the more confident you are, and the more you portray that confidence and gain more commitment to the organization that's invested in you. Additionally, you're going to encourage team members to challenge themselves, to take on new opportunities and potentially even take on stretch assignments where they can help fill talent gaps or project opportunities when there isn't enough people to go around. As I said, you're going to increase employee engagement through investment in training and development, which also leads to increase in morale. People are going to enjoy working for you. They're going to have more fun to be part of the team, and the dynamic within the team will increase. And through all that, you're going to create loyalty as a leader. They're going to see that your belief and investment in them is a commitment to them personally as well as professionally, creating more engagement and commitment to you as their leader. Now, once you've mapped out what that looks like, and you can do that in any format, right? You can do it again, simple. Put it in a Word document, Excel file, whatever that might be, to say, here's where the employee's at, here's where we want them to go, and here are some of the simple steps, what we're going to do to take them there. It may be attend a training session. It might be job shadowing and spending time with somebody that's at a higher skill level. It might be working on a certain product line or process. So map it out so both you and the individual know where their next steps are. Keep it small. Put it in bite-sized pieces. Break it down on a monthly basis, and really help them understand what their ownership is in the process as well. Because that's another piece of this that is important, is not only as you as a leader need to have a commitment to drive their engagement forward in their development, but they need to be actively working towards their development as well and come alongside you as a leader in that process. So the next step is to work with them to identify what training opportunities they should pursue. So whether it's going to be a book you want them to read, is it a shadowing opportunity, or is it going to an external training partner like the Manufacturers Alliance to develop the skills needed to take them to the next level? Or it might be a technical skill that you'll want to partner with a local technical college on increasing. For us might be blueprint reading as an example. So identify what those training programs are, what is that investment, when will they attend the course, and what's the expected deliverable from attending the training program. It's really important as a leader that you work with the individual to identify what is the desired outcome of them attending either a training session, of doing a job shadowing, of reading a book. What growth and development and skills and competencies are you looking for? Because then you can help reinforce that with the individuals that are going through the training and help them share those learnings along the way. I'm Kelly Hansen, and my one simple strategy to increase employee engagement is to develop your team.